What's up, everyone? Today, we're going to be going over the TradeZella Intra-Day Weekly Check-In Template. This is a new feature that TradeZella just launched, and I used it today for my swing trade that I currently have going right now. So what I'm going to do is we're going to jump into TradeZella. I'm going to take you through how I actually put this together and what this is looking like. So to start my day, we have the Intra-Day Weekly Check-In Template. This template is used to check in with myself throughout the trading week. Checking in with myself throughout the week helps me in several ways, such as keeping me from having a strong bias because I'm sharing what is truly happening in the now moment in the market. It holds me accountable to see what has previously been said in my weekly check-ins. Also, makes my end of week journaling easier since all my intraday thoughts and executions are in my check-ins. Now, when you first look at this template, it's going to say something a little bit different on these three bullets here, but I edited it for how it works for me with my swing trading. Let's move on to the checklist. So in the checklist, I'm going to write down how I'm currently managing my emotions. I'm going to write down how I'm currently managing my swing trade. I'm going to include a picture of the chart for the week and what that looks like. After I go through all of this, at the end of this video, I'll check mark the boxes to show that I'm currently done with checking in for my weekly setup. So let's look at the trading check-in and really what that looks like. So today is Friday. I checked in at 2:30 p.m. The EURUSD swing trade that I took is continuing to break structure to the downside. This trade is currently floating 100 plus pips. I'll begin trailing my stop starting next week by following my rule of waiting a minimum of 1 week before trailing stops. I manage my emotions by trading the chart and not my profit and loss. I have a carefree state of mind and an objective perspective when watching price continue moving in my favor. So that's really what my trading check-in looks like. Those are the main thoughts that came to me from the get-go. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to show the photo that I attached below. This is what the trade for my setup this whole entire week for the swing trade looks like in this photo below. So we have the intraday weekly check-in here. This is the photo. You can see I had a 3 crows set up right here at this area. I had executed this sell order at 2:30 p.m. And typically what I'm going to start doing going forward is actually checking the 12 p.m. candle and seeing if I can get my patterns to play out during that time. And that's what you can actually see right here. Looking at that based on my stops, I didn't put my stops above this previous 4-hour candle because I noticed this imbalance in the fair value gap. I did it more so because of the time of 2:30 p.m., knowing the market's going to close at 4 p.m. I wanted to give my trade enough room to breathe and account for really what's going to happen with spreads widening at market close during rollover. So that's really why I did that. But yes, typically with my strategy, I do place stops above that previous 4-hour candle, and I look at my risk management on where the account is based on how many attempts I have, and I place stops accordingly. But as you can see in this trade, price continued to roll over. We had our first break of structure here. Market didn't do a whole lot but consolidate yesterday on Thursday. And really, with news this morning, markets broke down to the downside slightly more. This is a trade I'm currently in right now, so I'll continue to manage it and see how it looks through next week. I will manually start to trail my stops if we continue breaking these lows and seeing where the best place is going to be for me to do that. But these are the last notes that I did have for this particular trade. It was an A+ setup. It appeared at 2:30 p.m. Not my typical normal time of 8 a.m. or 8 p.m., but I did like the trade, so I put it on when using moderate risk instead of normal risk for that. I typically only put on trades at 8 a.m. or 8 p.m., but there were times where new swings began last year on the 12 p.m. candle when 3 crows or 3 soldiers patterns presented themselves. So that's really my execution strategy behind why I added that trade there, because of seeing it last year. 12 p.m. candle swings had started around then, so I wanted to take that chance and not put an A+ setup to the side when it presented itself. The next thing is, for this particular trade, I only put on moderate risk, as I explained, to give the trade ample room to breathe during rollover at 4 p.m. due to the widening of the spread. So that's why I did that. I continue to react to price movement in real time, and I never try to predict where price will go next. So I know that EURUSD hasn't been in a trending bearish movement for quite some time now. So knowing that, I'm going to look at my 3 crow strategy and execute place stops based on risk management, also what price looks like, and really just see how long my trade is going to go. I want to always maximize my winners. On my previous video, I actually had a trade on this candle here. Price came all the way back up, probably into these order block areas here on this candle. Price respected that and rolled over again. But for me, if it's going to work this time and I'm in here, I want to see potentially price going down to parity if we get that, right? Like I said, down at the bottom here, I'm not trying to predict, I'm trying to react. As price continues to move in my favor, I will trail stops and start slowly moving my stop loss up as price moves in my favor. But that's really it for this weekly check-in journal with TradeZella. Brand new. I like this. I'm going to begin implementing it in my trading week. So let's go ahead. Let's mark these off. I did all 3 of these, which is awesome. And that's really what it looks like. If you're interested in TradeZella, just to let everyone know, I'm not paid by TradeZella. I'm not affiliated with them by any means whatsoever. Potentially in the future, I might be, and I'll let you guys know if that does occur then. But for now, I use this software. It helps me out as an everyday trader and swing trader. If you like the content, go ahead and subscribe. Leave a comment below on YouTube or X, and let's connect. I hope you enjoyed the video and have a great weekend.